What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, I wanted to talk about my favorite Splinterlands token, and that is the Voucher, or the Vouchers. So these things have held very nicely around 12 cents, and I just want to dig into a little bit why that is the case for folks who may not be aware. It's been a nice pump from anybody who bought in at 7 cents. You can see that we weren't down at 7 cents within the last 30 days, but definitely before that and at the end of 2022, I would say was probably a good time to ape into some vouchers and make a sweet gain on that, right? But with the arrival of DECB, that is the reason we've been pegged at this 12-cent range. And the reason for that is because if vouchers are less than 12 cents, then it makes more sense to buy vouchers and convert those into DECB. You get more value from that rather than using DEC directly. So that's why we've seen vouchers kind of ranging around here, actually above the 12-cent range. And in a way, it's like if it gets significantly higher than 12 cents, people would sell their vouchers for DEC to then go buy DECB, right? So it's a weird kind of like peg that works both to the high end and the low end. Now, we've sold through almost 40% of all DECB, and I wouldn't be surprised over the next couple of weeks once surveying goes live if we see a lot more of that start to sell through, maybe even sell out. So what happens afterwards? Well, DECB will be done regardless of whether people buy it or it sells out or not. It'll be done by April 9th, which is, a couple of weeks from now. But keep in mind, there's a couple of other things that I think could help the voucher value over the next couple of weeks and maybe even months. So the first of which is that there's been confirmed that there's going to be another promo card. Nate talked about it, not on the last town hall, but 2 town halls ago, saying that, they want to do these quarterly promo cards. The first of which we got was Voucher, was not part of that, right? That was the SPS proposal that came from the community in order to get a promo card. But the team wants to do these quarterly promo cards. And we've seen that somewhat with the Lux Vega promo in October. We saw it with Salty Bear, which was technically, it started in December, but it went through January. So we're probably going to get some kind of promo card in Q2, which would be April, right? So if DECB ends regardless at the end of, or on April 9th, the things that I would keep an eye out for would be 2, right? The first of which would be this promo card, and I would expect that probably sometime in April. Now that Voucher is done, the team is focusing on getting land out. If land is done by March 28th, then I would expect us to start hearing more maybe about the promo card sometime in April. The other thing is going to be guilds. We are not getting guild alliances, but we do know that guilds are going to be a major focus for Q2. We know that Cryptomancer is focusing in on that. He, I think on a previous town hall, he said he was talking to Matt and they were ironing out all the things. I think there was even a screenshot shared, and I don't know how legitimate it was, but I think it was shared in map chat. Somebody had DM'd it to me showing how many vouchers would be needed in order to like max out a guild building, and it seems like a lot, right? So what am I trying to do here? I'm not trying to tell you to sell your vouchers or buy more vouchers. That's not the point of this. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what we can expect in terms of voucher value and utility over the next couple of months, or over the next couple of weeks to the next couple of months. Mainly because when I look at vouchers, it almost feels like they're artificially inflated right now. And mainly because that's what the DECB effect is. And so it's just like, if that goes away without this other utility coming in right away, then, ultimately I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see a more sell-off, or once again, a sell-off on vouchers. But the thing is, these 2 things that I mentioned, right, the promo card are very different in nature. The promo card is going to be a one and done kind of deal, right? In the sense that we're going to get it, and then hopefully we get it again in the future, but it's going to be like, there'll be a rush in for vouchers, or people will hold their vouchers, therefore not sell because they want to go and get in on this promo card. And then on the flip side, the other thing will be an ongoing sync for vouchers. Now, I also think that this is going to be very top heavy or front heavy, right? The guilds or guild buildings, if they require vouchers, it's going to be very front heavy because a lot of top guilds are going to want to max them out as quickly as possible. So we may see a massive amount of vouchers. Again, I'm not talking about value. I don't want to make any price predictions here, but I'm just talking about utility being having a use case, or it having major utility early on, because people won't be selling their vouchers, and essentially a lot of these top guilds will be contributing and burning them for whatever the building is. Now, my hope is that we could get at least the first inklings of what this voucher guild building will be in April. And again, we don't necessarily need to get it in April, but if we start getting an idea of what it'll be, how much it'll cost, any kind of confirmation, I think we will start to see less people, maybe even including myself, selling their vouchers, because it's just like, oh, well, this is coming soon. Let me coordinate with my guild. What do we have to contribute? What are we trying to get to, right? And ultimately, if that ends up happening, if we can get the news of that sometime in April, maybe around the time that the promo card is also there, we're going to get this double whammy of major voucher utility coming over the next month or 2 months, right? It wouldn't need to launch until May. And keep in mind, the PI or the planning, I don't know what PI stands for actually, but like the quarter that they have, the age of the Minotaur, only goes until May 23rd, according to the roadmap, right? These aren't perfect quarters. In fact, they seem much shorter, because it's like 5 2-week sprints. So it's only 10 weeks out of the 3 months. So May 23rd would be kind of the final date in which they're trying to get these guild buildings up. So this is what I'm trying to say. We're less than 2 months away potentially from the guild buildings being implemented, if they can hit the things that are on the roadmap. And showing from Q1, they've done a phenomenal job. I wouldn't expect anything different in Q2, but anything can happen, right? This is a very different project, or these are very different projects that they have coming up in Q2. Land Phase 1.5 is obviously going to take a ton of time and energy, but ultimately, I'm expecting a lot of this stuff to happen within the planning quarter as they have laid out. So if we can get that information in April about the guild buildings, if we can get information about the promo card, maybe in early April, maybe even by the end of this month, I think, once the dust settles with surveying and it's out and the system isn't broken and, there's no issues anywhere, we're going to start to hear more and more about all these other things in the future. So that's my thoughts on vouchers for right now. Again, I'm not telling you to buy, I'm not telling you to sell, I'm not telling you where the price is going to go, but I am trying to think through what my use cases for vouchers would be. Right now, I have been converting all of my extra vouchers to DECB. So I am actually not a seller anymore in the way that I used to be. I am very much focused on buying or on acquiring DECB for land. When that changes, right, when DECB is either no longer available or by April 9th, we'll see if the promo card looks pretty good. But even if I don't want it, I know many other people will want it. And then hopefully we'll get more guild building information in the future. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We can continue the conversation there. Let me know what you're doing with your vouchers and what your game plan is over the next 30 to 60 days. We'll catch you all later. Take care.